today I'm going to be covering all of the new lore that we have gotten in our final week of challenges, everything that we need to know about it. So let's actually dive into the last lore update that we are going to be getting for Fortnite in Season 7. Now, of course, we have the live event coming up very soon, Operation Skyfire, but leading us up into this event, of course, we need some context. What is going on around the map? And that is where our weekly legendary challenges come into play. Our final set of legendary challenges actually got released yesterday, and I've been pulling together all of this lore for today just to make sure that you guys know everything that is going to be going on during this live event. So to start it off, we've got our standard Dr. Slone phone call that actually kicks off the legendary challenges. Let's hear from her about what she has to say on this live event.
If you're hearing this recorded message, that means we're getting close to executing our plan. If everything works like I think it will, that mothership's days of ominous hovering are numbered. Unfortunately, the area where it's coming down isn't as unpopulated as I'd like. I need you to warn the people there ahead of time and get them to leave. Can't risk any of them doing something to interfere with the plan.
Well, let's get to it. Let's start investigating all of these different NPCs and let's see what they actually have to think about this live event that's going to be happening and what they think about Dr. Slone doing something absolutely crazy and super dramatic, literally blowing up the giant alien ship that is above the island. Just think of the collateral damage here, people. But let's not think about that for another little bit. Let's start thinking about what the people have to say about this, starting off with the number one person over at Believer Beach. Let's go check it out with Sunny. And to literally no one's surprise at all, it seems as if Sunny, the person rooting for the aliens, does not believe that we are going to defeat them. Hey, honestly, props to Sunny for sticking with her team through this one, even though we have literal bombs going into their mothership. Sunny is really staying true to her team over here, and while Dr. Slone will most likely succeed, it's still an interesting perspective to have on the matter. Next, I figured that I'd bring us to the main scientist on the map, the smartest man in the galaxy, Rick Sanchez. I mean, this guy has got to have some mind-blowing opinions on this, right? Like, he must know exactly how much damage the bombs will do or how big the explosion... Oh. All right, never mind. Let's move on to our third person. Now, after an epic fail with Rick Sanchez and not getting much useful information, for our final NPC interaction, I figured that we go to one of the OGs on the map. It is weird to say that Chapter 1 Season 9 is technically OG nowadays, but even still, Bunker Jonesy showed up back then in the lore, and he was actually the original one to predict what would happen for the end of season live event. Back in Season 9, he knew that there was going to be the giant battle between the robot mech and the giant monster, so I believe that he might have some pretty good views on what's going to be happening here. Let's actually go ahead and check out what Bunker Jonesy has to say about this. Well, currently that is 3 different NPCs that are not believing that Slone will actually do this. So hey, maybe the live event is going to completely fail. Maybe the mothership is actually going to somehow explode the IO. Maybe these are going to be reverse bombs somehow. I have no clue, but Bunker Jonesy doesn't believe in it. So honestly, I might not believe in it anymore as well. But let's actually keep moving on with what we have as concrete evidence for what the lore currently is and stop speculating about the future. Let's get back to the issue that we're having with the IO agency. Now, the next step of this legendary challenge does not instill much confidence in me, and neither should it you, because this means that Slone isn't feeling too good about her plan, because the next thing that we needed to do in this legendary challenge was place warning signs around the map in populated areas that their area might get destroyed by the mothership as it got exploded. Now, the 3 POIs that you actually had to do this at were Misty Meadow, Pleasant Park, and Dirty Docks. So these 3 ones specifically are very close to the edge of the map. Let's be legit here. This mothership would need to get blown to pieces if it was going to even think about getting in the general area of all of these POIs. So that means that Slone's bombs might be a little bit over-calibrated here, and she may be a little bit nervous about their design and manufacturing process, which does not instill that much confidence in me about this live event and what's going to be happening, especially after what we just heard from both Bunker Jonesy and Sunny and, you know, Rick Sanchez. He also gave his thoughts on the matter. But let's keep moving on and get back to the issue that the IO is having with a mole among them. Hey, the main intro music is back, and along with that, that means that we're back to IO-related news. And in this news, we are going to need to shut down the mole's communications to the aliens. Now, for those who haven't been following the storyline, which honestly is expected of you because this stuff gets wacky, Maven is apparently the mole that is actually communicating to the aliens about what is going on with the IO. That's how the aliens know about Holly Hatchery and that they have the ability to take it over, because they knew that the IO wasn't patrolling it much, so it gave them the chance to kind of jump in there and actually be able to take over one POI that they could then expand from to the entire map. Now, obviously, Slone has different plans, and she is shutting down all of the radar bases, or technically in the challenge, you only need to do 2 of them, but even still, she's shutting down Maven's communications to the mothership in order to stop her from leaking their plans to blow it all up. Unfortunately, before we could shut down the communications, Maven realized what was going on and decided to trigger one of the bombs early. Now, we needed to go ahead and deploy countermeasures and actually stop that bomb from getting exploded. Now, what this means in terms of the lore perspective was that Maven was almost successful, but Slone swooped in with the help of us at the last second and thwarted her plans to end their attack on the aliens. And actually, now we're gonna blow up their mothership. So, sorry to you, Maven, but we're still going through with this plan. Now, to finish off Slone's orders, the last lore update that we're getting for this season, we needed to confront the traitor herself and actually fight against her. Now, I'm gonna let you guys read everything that Maven says up on the screen right now, but basically, she's just saying that we're Slone's lapdog, we're doing all the work for her, and that Slone is actually really evil, which undoubtedly is actually really true, and is definitely going to be seeing some sort of lore update in the future. But for now, we're thinking that Slone is the good guy, and hey, let's keep playing along with it just so that we can get these pesky aliens off our islands, and then we can get back to playing some standard battle royale. So we were able to duel Maven here, and then once we took her out, we have basically eliminated the imposter threat to the IO, and now we are clear to go for Operation Skyfire. Now, that is all the lore that came with the final week of Chapter 2, Season 7, and everything that you guys need to know about it. So basically, just to summarize it up in a little bit of a blurb, basically, there was an imposter in the IO. Slone wanted them gone, so she recruited us. Along with that, she needs help with setting up her final plan of the Skyfire operation, and we were able to do that for her by making sure that all of the proper places were warned that, you know, the collateral damage might just be a little bit higher than expected. And of course, we were able to stop Maven's attempt to actually blow up the bombs early and effectively end Slone's plan altogether. But that is all the lore that you guys need to know about the end of Chapter 2, Season 7. We are going to be having this live event coming very soon, and I'll have tons of videos covering all the lore in it, all the Easter eggs, and everything that you guys need to know about it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like on it, and if you want to see more videos just like this, or more videos that are helpful but also fun about Fortnite, then consider hitting the subscribe button. I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one.